Wild Bill for America is my guest on Skype. Hi, Bill.
Hello, thanks for having me on.
Hey, you're very welcome. Now, you're in Florida today, I understand.
I am in Daytona Beach, Florida. Man, the winter is hitting us hard down here.
Oh,
It was
boy.
so cold last night, I almost had to shut my bedroom window.
Well, son of a gun. Tell me about yourself, Bill. Wild Bill for America. What's that all about?
I do YouTube videos as Wild Bill for America, and I take on the hard-hitting issues of the day with a little bit of common sense. I have had over 12 million views on my videos, and according to Google Analytics, they're seen in over 160 different countries. So people apparently like the idea of bold truth spoken without fear of political correctness.
Well, certainly good people do. People on the right do. I bet a lot of left-wing people watch your shows just to try to say and do bad things. Is that accurate too? Because the left they're a dangerous group of people. They run out of facts, so they call everybody names. How's that working?
Oh, the big four: Nazi, racist, bigot, hate monger.
Oh,
Once a day at least.
You're all
Yeah,
of
my
those things.
morning routine is get up, make my coffee, and I enjoy my coffee while reading the hate mail from the left-wing trolls.
Well, you get a lot of love mail too, I'm sure. I've looked at a lot of your stuff on YouTube, and you get hundreds and hundreds of thousands of views per video. And I got to say, I'm impressed with all of the good stuff that is said, and even the bad stuff from the whacks over there on the left. I mean, they're delusional anyway, for the most part. Isn't that accurate?
Well, there's actually two subspecies of liberals in the world. There's Liberalis stupidicus, which just really don't know any better. These are the ones that just have not been exposed to the truth, and they're liberal just simply because that's all they've known.
Yeah.
And then there is Liberalis horribilis, and those are the ones that know that liberalism is pure evil. But they don't care. They have an agenda. They push it anyway. These are the people that have taken over our educational institutions, the entertainment institutions, and are weaseling their way into government to try to force us to live under the left-wing jackboots.
Yeah, good for you. Pretty well said. That's why they don't like you, because you're making sense. I mean, hey, watch it. Tell me about guns. I understand that you're a gun guy.
Oh, I was a law enforcement officer for 20 years, so I carried a gun for many, many years. I've been kind of a gun nut ever since I was a kid. You know, there's something about that code of the West, looking out for yourself and your neighbors, that's just ingrained in the American personality. And when I say America, I include Canada in that. We're all in this together.
Yeah.
So,
for our viewers' sake, I'm actually in Canada as we speak. I arrived in last night from California, and right now I'm in British Columbia. There's a bunch of tree-hugging left-wing types in British Columbia, by the way, and I just came in from California. As said, and there's kind of the same thing there. What's your thoughts on the California politics of the day?
oh, I did a video. I think I called it the California monkey cage about the Jerry-bound politicians out there. But there is a ray of hope. I've gotten to be friends with some of the guys out in Hollywood. There are some entertainment executives that are intent on bringing back wholesome entertainment. Wealthy Brothers Studios. They are absolutely going to make an impact and cleaning up the entertainment industry. And when I say cleaning up, of course, that means moving it to the right, because the right is the clean side. And one of the things we've discussed, Wealthy Brothers Studios is entertainment where open carry of weapons is just a normal part of everyday life. I was telling them that we should have a sitcom where, say, the mother is going out of the door saying, "Oh, goodbye, honey, see you later," and says, "Bye." A minute later, she's right back in the door. He says, "Did you forget something?" Says, "Yep, forgot my bulldog." Reaches down the drawer, picks up her little silver revolver, drops it in her purse. "Okay, bye-bye." Just doing things like that would make it normal for people to see legitimate guns used in everyday life.
I like that. Well, good luck with that, and I hope it really moves along fast forward. Tell me about the Second Amendment. I mean, a lot of politicians seem to have a difficult time understanding that. I mean, even when they're elected and they're doing the swearing on the oath and all that business, they say they're going to uphold the Constitution. Then many of them get amnesia right away. What's up with that? I mean, should they be charged? Should they be forgotten? What's your thoughts on politicians and the Second Amendment?
The right to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. The Constitution is written so that elementary school students could understand it. and politicians with an agenda, the politicians of the left, I might add, they do need to be held accountable, and that day is coming. Right now, there doesn't seem to be a lot in the way of prosecutions or whatever needs to be done, but I see the day coming. You know, the left-wing politicians are turning the heat up on law-abiding citizens, and we've just about had enough. It's reaching the boiling point. I talk to Tea Party groups all over the country, and it is becoming a powerful group more and more every day. And the crazier the left gets, the more people are going to come flocking to us because they know that we have the answers to the problems in this nation.
Hey, that's encouraging news, and I like how you said it. I mean, it's such a simple sentence, that Second Amendment, and I've never understood why it's so complex with regard to the understanding of it or the implication of it. But anyway, I get it. Thanks a lot for that. Now, tell me about Alabama. You were there recently, I think something to do with guns or gun controls or talking about guns. What was that about?
Well, I'm going to Alabama on the 21st, or Obamacare. It's going to be me and Jan Morgan. Yeah. And I'm going to really encourage them to get out and be active, to stump for gun rights. Because, you know, probably the greatest symbol of freedom today is the armed American. And as America's leading liberalologist, I can tell you that the ultimate goal of liberalism is total domination of every citizen. They want to tell us where we're allowed to live, what we're allowed to say, what we're allowed to teach our children, if and when we can go to church. And they are not going to rest until we are living under their boot heels and they are running every aspect of our lives. But they will never have their totalitarian government as long as the citizens are armed. So they are on a crusade to strip Americans of their gun rights because that's part of their plan to dominate. So I am going to really encourage the people of Alabama to hold more rallies, to support people like Multi Brothers Studios in California who are taking on the Hollywood establishment. And traveling to these events is probably the thing I like most because I get to meet the finest people in America. And I can't wait until you guys get one going up in British Columbia.
Actually, we have a lot of that going on, Bill, in Canada, because you just described Canadian politics. You know, you did. I mean, it's bizarre up here with regards to gun control, people control. They do have an agenda. It's pretty much the same story. The difference is in Canada, we don't have the Second Amendment here, but so many people are manufactured criminals because of course you have a gun at home and of course you're going to defend your lives and the lives of your family and so on. I mean, the politicians don't get it. I need you up here to speak with me because I do in Canada what you do in America all of the time, and I got to tell you, it works. It's helpful. It's every day, though it's another battle and another challenge, because that's the left-wing mentality. They're here to protect us from ourselves.
Well, you notice that one of their greatest weapons is political correctness. And political correctness is nothing other than censorship. They want to silence us from speaking. Yeah. And it's really pathetic that there are so many people in the world who are so weak that mere words hurt them. They want to keep us from telling the truth because people respond to bold truth. That's why my videos have over 12 million views. And the more we speak out with boldness and courage and give them the truth of freedom, one nation under God, you know, the right to keep and bear arms, people respond to that. And that's why the left works so hard to keep us quiet and off the radar. It's not working anymore. Thanks to the internet, people are hearing the truth instead of the liberal propaganda, and it is having an effect. So
there's no question about that. No question. And congratulations for doing what you do. And I do the same thing every day. I often, not every day, but many days, I think about quitting, and I open a newspaper or I go online and I see some stupid radical left-wing thing, and it inspires and motivates me to kind of keep on doing what I do. Again, you all got to come up here and help me, and we got to travel the circuit. There's so many good people in Canada. The gun shows are everywhere, and people talk the same and feel the same, but here something has been removed from us. And I say here, I'm in the US more than I'm in Canada, and I carry in the States. So, you know, I kind of got it. I know what has to be done in Canada, and we need people like you and my friend Ted Nugent and all of us to come up here and kind of Are you with me?
Oh, you betcha. We need to make it fun too. One thing the liberal left has done is they've managed to paint us as a bunch of angry anti-government ogres, and nothing could be further from the truth. We're a fun-loving bunch, and we always enjoy when we get together. I'm encouraging the Tea Parties down here to start throwing community bashes where every man, woman, and child in town is invited to City Park to enjoy good food, good music, dancing in the streets, and to hear inspirational speakers.
Good for you. Tell me about the Tea Party.
Well, I am one of the Tea Party speakers. I travel around the states, and I'm getting invitations from, believe it or not, England, Australia, and Canada for people who want to set up tea parties in their countries. I sure hope that works out. You know, one of the British guy says, by the way, mate, you still owe us for all that tea you dumped in Boston Harbor. I told him I'd send him some barbecue sauce or something. But anyway, the Tea Party is basically a group of people who believe that the government should obey the law. And yes, it's as simple as that. It started off as Americans who were outraged over the ridiculous use of our tax dollars. We don't have a taxation problem in this country. We have a spending problem. Washington, D.C. is trying to spend this country to oblivion, and that has got enough people upset to where they're taking a stand and saying no more. And I'm proud to be a part of that.
Well, that's wonderful. Well, you know what? Politically right is right and left is wrong. And let's just kind of leave it there. You say that all the time, as I do in my show, rededition.com, and that's just the way it is. I mean, you can't protect me from me. Leave me alone. So, Bill, it was such a pleasure talking to you, and I hope we can do this again.
Let's do this.
Okay.
Let's do this. I like your show. I like your style. Let's work together.
Hey, likewise. Thanks a lot. See ya.
Okay.